show you how to make lentil potato pie. Now, if you're used to using mince and animal protein, today I'm going to show you how you can use brown lentils. They're very hearty, full of iron and lots of goodness. So first up, we're going to get our potatoes. Now the recipe calls for 3 large potatoes, and you can see here I've already cut them up so they're ready to go into the pot. We've got our water boiling and we're going to get cooking with our potatoes. So while our potatoes are cooking, we can start making our lentils. So to start with our lentil mixture, firstly we need to fry our onions and our garlic. So we're going to use 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm going to be using rice bran oil, and then the recipe calls for an onion, a medium to large size onion, and it's already diced and ready to go. Now you just want to saute your onions until they're golden brown, and we'll also be adding our garlic, and the recipe calls for 2 cloves of garlic. And we're also going to be using cumin. Now I've ground up my cumin seeds. You can use a coffee grounder or you can buy them already ground up. And we'll also be using fresh turmeric. Now turmeric is very high in antioxidants. It's an anti-inflammatory as well. And you can buy it fresh from most fruit and veggie places. And you can see the rich color. It's so vibrant and it gives the food a whole new different flavor altogether. Now I must say to you that when you grate it, make sure you wash your hands afterwards because it will stain your hands. So you can imagine what it does to inside of your body. Now you just want your onions to be slightly clear. And if you find that your pan's getting a little sticky, just add a little bit of water. Okay, so we're going to add our onion powder now as well. It's 1 teaspoon of onion powder. Now I'll just mention to you that lentils are a very versatile legume. You can use them in so many different things. There's also many different varieties of lentils. You can get red lentils, green lentils. For this recipe we'll be using brown lentils, but you can use whatever you like really. And now we will be adding our lentils. So the recipe calls for 2.5 cups of brown lentils. Now you can buy your lentils in a can. You can also buy them uncooked, and so you can use a pressure cooker to cook your brown lentils. It's much faster in a pressure cooker. I quite like to cook them myself, and if I cook up a big batch, I'll freeze whatever I don't use. For this recipe, I've cooked them with a bit of bay leaves, and the bay leaves just give it a lovely flavor to your lentils. Next, we're going to add our tomato paste. So the recipe calls for 5 tablespoons of tomato paste. And next we're going to add our vegetable stock. And the recipe calls for 1 cup of vegetable stock. It even has the appearance somewhat like mince and a texture somewhat like it. Next we're going to add our mixed vegetables, frozen vegetables. These are already thawed, so we'll add our mixed veggies next. Now that our lentils are well cooked through and our mixed veg, we're just going to add it to our baking dish next. So you just want to have it evenly spread out, the lentils, because we will be baking this in the oven. So we're just going to smooth out our lentil mixture. We're just going to place our dish aside. So now that our potatoes are well cooked, we're going to add 1/2 cup of coconut cream. And this makes your potato topping really creamy, and coconut cream is a wonderful substitute for dairy cream. So we'll just add that next. And we'll also be adding 2 teaspoons of Himalayan salt. Now you can just use a normal masher or even your stick blender if you like. So we'll just mash this all together. And you really want it nice and smooth, a really lovely smooth consistency. And And if you'd like to add some chopped rosemary or any of your favorite herbs in with your potato topping mixture, you feel free to do so. All right, and that looks about ready to add to your lentils. So now we're going to add our potato topping onto our lentils. So now that your potatoes nicely smoothed out and you've gone around all the corners and it's all nice and even, I like to decorate the top with just a simple teaspoon, and I just do a little pattern like that around my lentil potato top. You can use a fork, you can use whatever you like. So now we're going to place this in the oven and we're going to bake it for about half an hour until it's golden brown on the top, and your temperature is going to need to be about 180 degrees. So that's how you can make your lentil potato top pie without using any animal products, but just using plant-based food. It's healthy, it's delicious, and it's nutritious.